Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth installment of my Create Mod tutorial series. Now over there you can see what we did last week, and here is the copper stuff that I was setting up. So we are going to get straight into the various copper pipes and systems. Now the crafting recipes, while this setup was cool, it's honestly going to be a lot easier if I just open this and bookmark them all in JEI, because then you can see what everything does. Now you have the regular copper pipes, which you make from copper sheets, an ingot, and another copper sheet. The copper sheets you get with the mechanical press and regular copper ingots, and you get 4 pipes there. The mechanical pumps, you combine a cog and a fluid pipe, and the next thing we're going to be using is the fluid tanks, which are again 2 sheets and a barrel of any kind. Got better than the rest also, it's showing a bunch of them there. Anyway, let's start off by looking at the various things here. Fluid containers, or fluid tanks, are cool because each one has 8,000 millibuckets of storage, or 8 buckets. And if you put 4 together, it makes up 2 by 2 like that. If you put another 3, then it makes it 3 by 3. And then every one that you place on top, if I get 27 of these, and then go into survival mode, it places 9 at a time to make the 3 by 3. That also works with a 2 by 2. I just make it 2 by 2, like that. And then breaking it does get a bit difficult because you then have to break each one individually. Anyway, you can hold a lot of any type of liquid in there. Things like water, lava, and milk you'd think of immediately. There's also honey and chocolate, as well as anything from additional add-ons you have. You'll see here I have 3 different lines of pipes. Now normally, when you lay them out, they'll just connect like that, and they can connect to as many different ways as you want. I could just have one here that goes in all the directions, I think. Yeah, they're connected to everything. And the way you get around this, let's say you want to have 2 pipes next to each other. What you can do is use a wrench on them, and they get the cool gloss texture, and you can then have 2 pipes next to each other, as these ones will only go in a straight line. Another solution is if you have copper casing. Let's say I have a corner going this way, and I want another line to go over the top. Obviously I can't get the straight line ones to go around the corner, so what I can do is put copper casing on there, and if I break this, it keeps its orientation there. But if I put that there and there, you see this one has the hole there, and there, that has a hole there. Placing copper casing will lock the orientation of the pipes, and I don't believe it doesn't take the casing till you do it. And then, if you wanted to continue, you could have 2 separate lines like that, one going over the top of the corner. And as you can see here, we have a pump and a whole row of casing over pipes, regular pipes, and the glass ones are locked. Now you'll see here we have a motor and then a bunch of the pumps. Let's just test. Can you put... Yeah, you can't put powdered snow in a fluid container. And this won't work if you're in survival mode, but in creative you can place and take liquids in a container. And you cannot mix and match. If you see, I can't put more lava or milk in, but water works. And if we come over here, you see I've already got some lava at the end there. And milk. Not sure why it's irregular amounts. But if I were to head over here we see 3 different pipes, or 3 different tanks. The mechanical pump, remember, just a pipe and a cog, doesn't do anything on its own. And the way it used to work, fun create history, is that if I had the rotation going, I get a hand crank, it used to go one way if you were turning the power one way, and reverse if you had it going the other way, meaning you could have multiple next to each other, and you get the 2 on either side going one way, and the middle one going the other way, which you could solve by just rotating the middle one. Kind of like how if you have cogs, and I don't shift click, then this one and this one are going anti-clockwise while that one's going clockwise, or vice versa. Anyway, now the way pumps work is they will all turn the way that you set them, meaning the only way to change the direction of the pump is to right-click it with a wrench or get a machine to do that for you. Anyway, if I put water in here, lava in here, and milk in here, you can see that through the glass pipe, they'll get taken over there. And if I empty all of these out, we can move on to the next system. Now this, I'll just set that back to 16 speed. This is interesting because I have this turned on currently, and you see there's actually 6 pumps there. Just make that visible. Now you may think, how is that going to work if you just have a 1 pipe there and there? Well, the speed at which the pumps turn affects how fast liquids travel through them. And they have a fixed distance of 14 pipes from, like if I had a pump, it would draw from 14 blocks away and push 14 blocks away. So kind of the opposite of a fan, which has a distance that varies based on the speed and fixed pushing or fixed processing speed. The pumps will have their speed affect how fast you move liquids. However, if I turn this off and then put water buckets in there, let's put 4 there, and then I'm going to put 4 there quickly, and then flick this lever. So what I can do, to make it slightly faster, notice that's still got 4,000. That is going down very quickly, although both of these are rotating at 16 RPM, and that's already empty. Well, that's not even half gone. The reason for this is that having multiple pumps does in fact affect the speed through a single pipe. The pipes, as far as I'm aware, have no limit on how much, like how fast they can transfer them, because if we look back over here, traveling through the pipes is purely a visual thing. It doesn't start emptying until it reaches the other side. Now that means that if I were to put another 6 pumps here, I could do, oh no I couldn't, oh yeah, I have another 6 pumps there, and then set this to maximum speed. This is obviously going to go ridiculously fast. So if I fill this up completely, and then flick the lever, that just went in like 2 seconds. So yeah, this is definitely the best way to transfer fluids. That's if I have it at 1 speed. Oh, probably faster just to brake. And let's set 4. And then flick the lever. Okay, it is quite slow, because it's getting over there. But once we see it go through there, it should... yeah, it's going down fairly fast. I think it does 1 millibucket per second per pump. I'll probably test that by just replacing the fluid container there. Set that to 1. Okay, it looks like it is faster than that. So if we head over to the next system, I probably don't need any of that stuff. We can look at the other components. We have the item drain, which is iron bars and the copper casing. Of course, the copper casing, which is placing copper on any stripped wood, which gives you the casing. Same with andesite and brass. This is a deployer, which you will see shortly, although I'll elaborate further on in the brass episode. And then finally you have the spout, which is copper casing and kelp. So yes, casing underneath and iron bars for a drain, casing on top and kelp for spout, and obviously the casing, you just need copper on a stripped log. Now, if we look over here, we have all of the components. We also have a whole bunch of liquid things and some potion ingredients. Now this thing, I just realized I did not in fact show these. This is a valve handle, which kind of like a hand crank, but you can choose the rotation it has. 3 copper sheets and 1 andesite alloy. So a bit more expensive than a hand crank. But you can move this up and down. You can choose the direction it rotates, and you can hold shift to lock it to multiples of 45. So if I turn it this way, you'll see that turns green. This is another thing I forgot to add. Let's go. The fluid valve, which is a pipe and an iron sheet. This is very useful, because it's kind of like locking a hopper or something. Let's put the drain back down. You can put that there, and turn it, and then it opens, or turn it the other way and it closes. Now I have these normally 90 degrees, and then have them go the opposite way, so that I can just click on them to close that part. Now we can look at this whole contraption. You'll see here I have apples, bread, and this stuff, cinder flour, which you get with netherrack through the crushing wheels, which you made in the last episode. And if I put that back there, we can now look at what this machine actually does. So to start with, I'm just going to input the milk, and you'll see it's not going anywhere, because both of these are locked. Now, I have all of these color-coded, so what you want to do is open the milk valve by shift right-clicking, and shift right-click there, and then the milk will get taken over this way, where it's pumped onto the bread to get sweet rolls. That's one of the Create Mod foods. Then we can close those. And let's say we want to make some honey apples. To do that, we need to take the honey. Now notice, if I throw this on, it will empty out and then roll the other way. Although you can also just manually right-click. Now that, the fluid drain does fill up to 1,500, so you can have 1.5 buckets in there. We only need 1. Then I can open this one, and this one, and we look over here. I did not open that properly. And there we go, we get honey apples. So the spout, as demonstrated, will pull the liquids onto items below if they fit. And then we close those, and then we have this for water. We can put that one there, and open that again for the last time. And now that's empty, we can close those. You'll notice the water has been pumped up into here, a basin, above a blaze burner. Now remember, we used a blaze burner to mix things heated. Now, an interesting thing about the Create mod is that you don't have to use brewing stands to make potions. If I open that, then we get the lava to come up here onto a spout, which pours lava into the bucket. Then we have some brass stuff, which I will be showing further in the next episode. But basically we have this, which you can't see because the spout's in the way, but that's got a filter of a lava bucket. Meaning this will fill it up with lava, it will go into the deployer's inventory, the deployer places lava on the blaze burner, fueling it, and then it takes out the empty bucket, putting it back onto the depot. Then if we come up here, now that we have a heated mixing place, we can throw in some nether wart, and basins are a bit bugged. It says it still has water in, although it's just got awkward potion. Then if we throw in some blaze powder, those of you who know potions will know what this makes. Strength potion, which looks yellow because of 1.20 textures. Anyway, now that we have that, we can come over here and open this valve. And now we get potion of strength coming in. And the cool thing about cinder flour is you can use it to make various powder items. If I look at the recipes, obviously you can use it to make the blaze cake, which I will be showing probably the 6th episode, although possibly the 5th. And then we have filling by spout. You can have strength potion, a night vision potion, or harming potion to make redstone and glowstone and gunpowder respectively. Harming is just fermented spider eye and healing or poison. Although that's just vanilla Minecraft stuff, you're here for create. Then we have the potion of strength on here, makes the redstone. So this is a way to make a redstone more easily if you have a blaze farm or something. One thing I would definitely recommend in create is, I'll just look at there, you can make it with the spout, strength potion, blaze powder. Always crush your blaze rods because you get 3 blaze powder rather than 2, and you have a 25% chance of getting 3 more. When you get on average like almost 4. That's 3.75 blaze powder, so almost double. Anyway, we have covered the pumps, the spouts, the depots I've already shown. Then there's just this copper scaffolding, which you can make with a saw, a stone cutter, or you can put it on a saw to filter, and you can get various cut copper things, same with andesite. Oh yeah, the scaffolding is interesting, because you can pick it up with a wrench. And you can place it out. However, it doesn't obey normal gravity, not normal scaffolding rules, meaning you can have bedrock bridging, the bedrock edition, that is, where you just place on the block. And if I take this, okay, that doesn't work, but you can basically bridge in other directions, which is useful. Anyway, that is the... I can't remember I mentioned, but yes, these are color-coded. You can either put dye directly on them, or you can use the dye in a crafting recipe to dye them. So yeah, we have the valve handles and the valves, the drain, the pipes and pumps, as well as making them see-through or not, along with the casing on them to lock their rotation. We have the fluid containers, the item drains, which I mentioned, and the spouts. So, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode, where we will be looking at brass and everything it is used for to upgrade the systems we have currently. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye!